Okay, so got organizing my binders of some of my binders of paperwork, and I'm going to be answering questions to whoever shows up here. I figured I'd leave a mildly boring intro here just so people that watch it in the future know what I'm doing. Most of it probably won't have speaking unless it's involving the people, and I'll try and put names in this time because the last times I just answered their questions without saying who it was or what the question was, which made it really confusing. So I guess I'll get started. And sorry if the lighting's bad, it's not exactly a good spot for light because my light's behind me and I messed it up. Hello. Just sorting out paperwork and things. Kind of boring, but it's just something to do and needs to be done, and I figured I might as well stream it. Because why not? How you doing today? Hello, viewer. 'Cause we got two now. Sorry if some of it's off camera. The webcam's kind of close up, but it doesn't really have any adjustments. Just trying to get things sorted by brand here. Because through a year or so of not sorting this, it kind of gets mixed up. Pretty good. Been a little slow due to weather, but Iowa has crappy weather. Depending on the manual, that's one thing I'm sorting right now is I have a, yeah, you can just barely see it here. This pile is going to be stuff that I actually own. This pile's Toro brand because I have a bunch of Toro stuff I bought off someone. There's another one over here which I can't even see because the pop-out chat thing's in the way. But there's another one over there that's for stuff that I don't own but still cool. I have one for miscellaneous things, like here's a vacuum brochure and how to make wood stuff out of wood tools. And then, yeah, but most of it's air-cooled stuff. Like I have that mower. Not sure if I can read that. Get out the. So it's nice to have the paperwork for it because it's kind of cool. in the original Briggs & Stratton envelope even. Is the mic loud enough? Hello viewer, we got a third one. Okay. Off camera there, I had to get my other thing so I can sort through this one too. Had this one on my last streams. I've started using a different setup than this for things I own. So the way I have this binder set up doesn't really work anymore, except for some things like this can stay there. Also, how I have it set up here is occasionally things will be upside down because it's right side up for me when it's upside down on the camera, so kind of messes things up a bit, but it's my horrible setup, which I have to live with right now. Oops, I got that in the wrong spot. I need to sit this here till I get the rest out. That goes there. There it is. Okay, gotta get all that put away now. So we got the W.I. Briggs manual, the warranty write-up card for it, the manual for the mower. Yeah, it's a little dim. That looks a little better. But yeah, there's the manual for the rocket, Eclipse rocket. I own a 1948 of that, which I can't find the right manual for. This is a mine's a 1939. I mean, I screwed that up before. It's a 1939 and this is a 1940. They changed to wrong paper. Because from 1939 to 1940 they changed their design from a wooden handle in 1939 to a metal handle in 1949. So I'm still looking for a manual for mine because I haven't found one with a wooden handle yet in a manual form. Hopefully I'll get a video made of that when it warms up because I haven't gotten my reel mowers put on YouTube yet. I think I might have been a gasoline engine show prep up, but I'm not sure if I even uploaded that one to how bad it went. Warranty card for my new old stock Briggs up there. Trying to mess with my system here. Not paying attention. Just making a big pile in the center here so I can sort it out later and then put them back in depending on what they are. Got another viewer. Hello, viewer. Some are popping on and off, so I don't know if it's the same ones or not, but anytime I see the number go up, I'm going to say hello viewer. Because 2 is better than 1, and 1's better than being alone by myself. Now we got 3, so hello viewer. So basically, if you want to be said hello to a bunch of times, just keep popping on and off, and I'll keep saying hello to you several times over. I think, other than that guy, this is empty now, and that one stays in there. I know that because it's not meant for anything else. I am sorting my antique engine and machinery paperwork because I haven't sorted in an entire year, and it's kind of gotten confusing because I used to have it sorted by what I own, what I don't own, what's cool, what's pretty, all those kind of different things. So I'm just kind of sorting through that and seeing what happens here and see if anybody shows up and starts asking random questions. Cool. I said at the beginning of this, before anybody hopped on, that I explained what somebody just asked, so they know when, so they'd be able to watch it after the stream and they'd know what people asked. But I've already forgotten about that and made it confusing. So, oops. Look, I don't know if the. One moment here, I gotta move the chat so I can see if this looks right. So you can't really read it much, but it's a Toro brochure. This one I'm really happy with. I can't see chat right now, so if somebody's saying something, I'm sorry. But it says it's big Toro up here because it's hard to read up there. It might. Toro. And then it opens up. It's a really nice, delicate piece. Barely fits in the shot. Yeah, it don't even fit in the shot. And then you flip it over, and this is the side I liked because I collect reel mowers. It's got the 3 different types of reel mowers, and I own this one. So I like this brochure because it advertises a mower that I own, which is kind of cool. And it's tiny. You don't find tiny paperwork that often for things like that. Now I can get chat back up and see if anybody said anything. Didn't think so. What year for the mower would be, I think my mower was 1956. My Toro, I think it was a 27 inch. Flop it back open here. Yeah, it's 21 inch, but yeah, I think mine's a 56 or 7 or something like that. I'd have to check again. Last time I worked on it was last spring. Excuse me. Some of these are really kind of simple but pretty advertisements and displays. Just because of how they look. Like this camera ain't doing it much justice, but it's way more vibrant orange. It's like a really orange. I don't know if I can... Nope, the camera does not make that look better in any way I can try. My voice sounded funny there for a moment, sorry. But yeah, it's just a really pretty, full-sized advertisement too. Like, this is like a foot tall and really wide. It's really pretty. And that's the kind of stuff I'm sorting through today, is things like this. Just, this is more plain push mower, reel mowers, where a lot of what I'm going to be going through is actual motorized mowers. Then you get things which Toro is really good at, good advertisements. Like this camera, as I said before, won't do it justice, but they're really vibrant. And it's probably getting a bunch of glare from my light. It's really pretty stuff. Oh, that page is loose. That ain't good. Then it gets a bunch of data for all the different kinds and all the different perks and the drives and all the different setups, things, so everybody can know that if they want to know technicals. It's basically all I'm running through here, and that's what I like to collect a lot. It's just really cool to have the info to go with whatever you own. This is a Lock Mower Company brochure. So it shows you all the different lock mowers in working scenarios, so it cuts around things. The big ones, I think one of these weighed over a ton. Probably stop flipping through all of them, otherwise they'll get really slow and kind of boring. Local advertisements, bunch of parts boxes and spark plug boxes, because those are too cool to throw away as well. Warranty card. Wait, that goes over here. Actually, that goes up with my engine, because I have a new old stock 6S Briggs & Stratton up there, and a new old stock 3 horsepower vertical shaft, dual shaft, easy spin starting Briggs & Stratton on a shelf. Okay, so I think I got a check here, but I think I just got that sorted, so now I can start putting things away and then work on the next step, which is bigger stuff. So I have my little file thingy, and it will be what holds all the things I own in different brands or different styles, so like Toro and otherwise, so I can find them easy. Lawn Boy. And we've got trimmer, got Maytag, we've got, I think, yeah, that's Eclipse Rocket, goes in Eclipse Rocket. And then we've got Pincor, which was a company that made Pioneer Engine Company, if I remember correctly is the name of it. Yeah. Pincor. They made their own motor for a while and then just kind of disappeared, I think. They might still be around, I'm not sure actually. Something I've never looked into. Solo mower. Another thing I wanted to, well, after I'm done putting the stuff in here, this is a Jacobsen reel mower operating manual for a Jacobsen 4-acre, which is a big old mower. Can it see that? Yeah, I can kind of see it. Oh, hello user. I don't know how long the fourth one's been here, but hello. But yeah, this is probably 1930s, probably. Maybe a little earlier, I'm not sure. Probably might actually be, now I think about it, 20s. There might be a date. 28. November 28. I don't think I'll be able to. Gotta be careful here. Don't think. How many engines do I have? That fluctuates because I buy and sell a lot. That's my main source of income currently. But right now I'd probably assume it'd be around 60 air-cooleds, and then my dad owns who knows how many air-cooleds and probably around 80 hit-and-miss engines. So it's a big number and really hard to keep exact track of. And that don't go in that pile, that goes in here. Sorry if the questions, when I answer them, are real delayed because I'm not paying attention. Now, I don't own this one yet, but I think I showed this off in the last thing. But I don't own this one yet, but I'm planning to get one here soon because it's cool. Plus, I have the real pretty paperwork for it here. But I don't have it yet. But it stays in here because I want one. Then we got Rio. This ain't the right model Rio manual for what I have, but it works. At least I have one. So there's that. And then I also have to keep the space in the front for Toro stuff because I've got that much Toro stuff. There's over an inch worth of Toro stuff. I just keep that in here as some place to put it because small stuff's kind of hard to put on a shelf without getting it messed up. Then I've got a box for that. Put my paperwork, not paperwork, I put my boxes and things in a big box. This is a big file box. This is just full of paperwork. Not paperwork, boxes. Come on, say it right thing. Boop. I also learned today when I was setting up the live stream here, if you notice that the video looks really bad, like it's real slow, not necessarily super grainy, but you notice how my hand's real slow, I discovered that this webcam is set at 5 frames per second. So that's why this is so slow. Hopefully here eventually in the future I'm going to be able to get somebody I know has a phone they're willing to get rid of, and I'm going to hopefully be able to get that and use that for live streams. But there. So majority of that's been sorted. If any of you three have questions, it'd be good to ask. But I've still got a lot of stuff I'm going to be sorting here. I'm streaming half an hour. I plan to leave this about an hour, so we've got a half hour left of streaming. But yeah, the simple answer for how many engines I have would probably be around 60 for me total. So it's not something that's pretty. That's pretty. Iowa. The wonderful, wacky weather of Iowa. It could be 60 degrees here one day, and the next day it could be 10 below and freezing rain and all that fun stuff, because I live in Iowa. Also, there's corn everywhere, and that's kind of why I named my channel Cruddy Corn Stalks. Because there's corn everywhere. That's not even an exaggeration. I found this picture kind of cool. I don't remember where I picked it up, but I learned that this tractor is a prototype and I don't think it ever existed. So that was kind of cool. Useless, but cool. Okay, so I got that figured out. Get you back. Hello. Get you centered. Trying to keep things on the outskirts of that so when this bends, it doesn't bend the paperwork. That's the goal anyway. That way will probably look better. I kind of meant to do this on the other stream, but then it kind of didn't happen. Got a Briggs washing machine, I'm not Briggs, Maytag washing machine brochure here. Gives you all its features. Really cool. I don't remember if I had any. Yeah, here it is. This can go here. Zipper sickle bar made by Toro. Lockmower Company. So I'm going to have to leave it its own page of its own because it's too pretty on both sides. Now I got what was in these sorted out, I can get off my shelf. See, if I had a phone instead of a laptop attached to a really old webcam, I'd actually be able to take you over and show you the rest of the paperwork. But it has to be stationary, otherwise it won't work right. Oops, also forgot to. Bunch of Ford paperwork I picked up at a local shop once. Kind of cool. Sorry if I'm off of camera right now a lot because I'm trying to get stuff picked up here to bring it over. Starting to form a pile. I think that's going to be plenty for now because I'm going to run out of table space soon. So now I'm going to be sorting into basic groups of, over on this side there'll be diesel, over on this side there'll be general everyday things because I have some old jewelry books. This one was from like I don't remember what year this was. Wait a minute. Oh. Focus on it. This book's from January 19... This is from January 1870. So I collect old advertisements like that because it's really cool. Something that's that old is still around. But yep, everyday items, diesel engines, electrical engines, and gasoline engines, and otherwise go over there for now. And of course there'll be a pile for random boxes and crud things. Farmer's Handbook for 1946. I didn't remember I had this. The fun of sorting things out, you discover you own things that you didn't remember owning. Cool. It's a little sad looking. Well, that's some type of notebook. Empty. Oh, I wonder where that went. A Volhearth. How do you say that? Volrath. I wondered how they said that. That doesn't look good at all. It's a cool thing. It's even their own engine. It's a weird little engine. Set that over here to put one of my thingies here. Plug. Like. Chemical drafting essentials. For Wyco EK mags for old hit and miss engines, a pull type mag. Kind of something most people don't know how it works. Insurance policies. It's a weird one. Wiring book for Tecumseh engines. Yum. Gravely. Let's see something old. Which item do we have in here? Some of these are in old brown envelopes that don't have any name on them, and I don't want to write on them, so I don't ever remember what they are. That's Tecumseh stuff. Bullen's Estate Keeper. That must be what that's for. Cool. Sit that there. Aaron's Rotary Tiller. Cool. Found this went over to Nebraska last fall. It's copyrighted 1943, and it's just a bunch of random at the farm. Actually, yeah, get this. Don't know. But yeah, like 110 volt AC light plant using Model Ford, made from a Model T Ford generator. Blah blah blah. Using whatever engine you find. It gets even more into detail onto it and how it's supposed to work. How you make a wind turbine. Bunch of more generator things for at the farm, because it's just that time where farms are getting in trouble with electricity. How to make a fence buzzer out of a Model T, Ford Model T thing. Thank you, Bleach PC Garage. Ranting off on my own thing, I just noticed that and cut out. Sorry about that. But just a bunch of cool things shoved in here. Like somewhere, like there's how to make a trolling motor out of an electric starter, which is kind of special back then. Electric, I forgot to point that out last time. But they used a Model T wood spoke wheel from a Ford Model T and turned it into a water wheel generator by putting paddles on it. It was too cool to leave at the swap meet, and I think I paid $1 for it, so it was just too cool to leave there. Continental engines. Actually, wait, that doesn't go there. That goes off the side because I own that engine. So, box and a everyday use thing. Pumping with a windmill, which is for the oiling instructions for an air motor windmill. It's over 100 years old, probably. Ancient. That goes over here. More Ford stuff. More stuff from the same place. This is, I know exactly what's in this one, just judging by the colors of it. This is the big tub. I don't even have to sort through this. But I have WMB Briggs, 6B Briggs, 6BH Briggs. I think this is an I. Yeah, this is an I Briggs. This is a 6F, 6 blah 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 Briggs. A 6B HS Briggs. And that's all Briggs. Cool. Oh yeah, I guess I think I remember you commenting, didn't you? I plan to do a few more things with snappers in the future because I have a bunch of them lying around. It's fun to mess with them because they're simple enough to alter, I guess would be a way to put it. They're real easy to alter. Come to think of it, that's one thing I don't have a manual of from the 60s is my snappers. Man, now I have to find something like that for my snappers. Get these out of the way. That would be all of it. Now I just have to get sorted into things. I've got, well, I thought I had more diesel things to sort out, but I guess not. I just had 3. Those go on the shelf. Sodas. So first of all, this goes there. I have plans for that. And I'm sorting. I gotta make sure I got the big stuff out of the way, because if it's like this size, which is like... Where'd I put the ruler? I broke it. Okay, cool. I don't really... Unless I absolutely need to know what's on the engine, I don't really use PDFs much. Most of the reason I have most of this stuff is... Most of this stuff's just because it's old and it's cool, and occasionally I do look things up in it, because I have a few Wisconsin engine spec sheets which tell you the dimensions and the weights and the torque values and all that fun stuff. But anyways, I have a stack at the end of my manuals that's made for skinny stuff, so if it's like 6 inches wide, I make it stack up like this instead of like this, because a lot of it's I'm running out of space. Anyways. And how many snappers did you have again? I know I've watched a few of your videos. I know that's actually a fun thing is when I got my first snapper, that was probably like 2015 probably. Way long back ago, you had your video about it, and I was having troubles with transmission and things. I found one of your videos, so before you even seeing my videos, I already saw you and knew who you were. So that was kind of cool to me. Thanks for subscribing and all that fun stuff. fragile. I think most of mine are from the 70s. And a few of my work, the ones I used for work, were from the early 80s. I know I had one earlier one from the 60s, and my dad has one of the real early dual brake ones with that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. Wasn't very helpful or anyway, but yeah. Okay, so this goes in the display. This all gets set on the shelf. Let's see. I had my first work one. I also, let me think. Man, that's actually something I have to think hard on. Got my first one. I also got a second one with that one. Got a free one. Got another free one. Got two more in a free batch. Bought one. Free one. My dad's. And then I think there's probably more, but that's as many as I can count as think of right now. So 9. I've got 9 of them. Maybe more. Yeah, there have to be more. Yeah, there's more than 9. Just I can't think of them off the top of my head here. A lot. Too many to need them all. That's why I started doing weird things with them. I was really unpleased with how the four-wheel drive thing came out, but I'm really happy with the go-kart. The go-kart was awesome. I might have a disc. I know on the four-wheel drive snapper, I think the one I pulled off, I think I broke. I don't remember. But I might have an extra one in here. I'd have to look. I know there's a few junk snappers out back that are just kind of flipped on their side. Wasn't there a few different size discs, though, if I remember correctly? Depending on what one it was. I've never had enough of them off and side by side to ever look, but I almost could think some were bigger and some were smaller, but I don't remember. But yeah, I'd have to measure. But now I think about it, I do have one that's on a Tecumseh that's just sitting out behind my shed. If it come off, I don't know. I remember I had a fun time taking the one off on the four-wheel drive snapper. Almost broke it. Okay, so I need okay. I've seen different sized pulleys on them. That could be. Never really paid attention to those parts on my snappers. Most of my snappers I either got for free or paid very little for because I used them to pull rocks out of fields and things. They were basically just really cheap tractors I could use to work hard until they died and then put it out back and use another one. That's why I have so many. Because I abused them. Yeah, I know that some parts twist apart too. I've seen that. I've seen that part. Come on. There we go. Yeah. From Disc and Pulley. Okay, so now I've got just the engine section. I'm sorry that it's all wrinkly here. I thought about ironing it before I started, but I didn't get to it, and it was getting late, so I figured I'd do this before it got too late. Seen them haul cars and boats on YouTube. I mean, I've pushed 500-pound rocks before. That's fun. It's when you're pulling things heavy with them without a deck on that it gets kind of sketchy. They sure don't have front weight. Okay, so I'm gonna put the Ford stuff over here. Now I gotta sort my pile of engine stuff. But yeah, I can see them hauling a car or a boat, because they aren't like, if it's on wheels, they could haul pretty much anything. They just are, they're really mean considering what they're using for a drive. Toro. Yeah. A lot of money and a lot of reading in these piles. Whether it's worth the money or not, I don't know, but hey, I own them now. I don't know if you were here when I had it out and pointed it out earlier, but I've been just considering value of the cool part about manuals is this Jacobsen Realmore manual from, I think it was 1929 I showed. There it is. Get the good picture that the camera can actually see. Come on. But this manual from November 1929 or 8, I couldn't quite read that smudged, but this Realmore manual from Jacobsen, I've been offered $100, or it was either $100 or $125 for, because nobody else has seen another one of it. So that was kind of cool. I just picked it up at an auction at a flat for $5. And I'm never getting rid of it, because it's cool. Be right back. Okie dokie. For once, I've had more than one viewer this whole time. That's actually kind of scary. He's got on a small stack. Probably after I'm done with this, I'll change the thumbnail to my shelf of manuals so people can see it, since I don't have a phone to show it. Okay, so this goes in this pile. These go here. These go here. There. Still a few pages left. Sweet. Okay, so that's that stuff. This goes... Oops. This goes in the book as well. Excuse me. So have either of the two that are here right now seen the last streams? Because I have a question. I don't plan to sell that Jacobson one. That Jacobson one's staying with me because it's too cool to let go, and plus I collect real mowers. So if I ever manage to pick up the actual thing, it'd be nice to have the manual. Yeah. Because the last two streams I had a different setup. This one I have it's a table and the webcam's there, which is on top of my shelf. It seems to work a little better to display manuals because that's mostly what I can do inside while I have just the webcam. Hopefully in a few weeks I have a older phone that I can use. But yeah, that's the main thing that keeps me from doing the kind of streams that I want to do is that webcam right there. And also that's hooked up to the computer. And you have them on trucks too. What about trucks too? The manuals? All these manuals? That might be what you mean. Otherwise I forgot what I said. That could be B. But yeah, I picked these ones up at a local shop. I also have doubles that I plan to sell to make money. Okay, manuals. I figured that's what you meant. I was just kind of wondering if I said something and forgot about it. But yeah, I have a few doubles of the same one here, and I try and, if they're cheap, like I think I gave $5 for all of this, I try and make my money back, because that's how I make my money, is resale through engines and manuals. So I try and make my money back by reselling the doubles if I can get doubles. Which is one of the things I was also sorting out today, is doubles. And things I no longer want or use. Yeah, it's the same. No, it's not. Something kind of cool I got with these. This is a brochure for brochures. So basically it's the brochure they hand out to the dealership, shop, or whatever it is to pick what brochures, posters, or otherwise they want. It also lets them know what shows they were on back in the day for commercials. So they had Wagon Trail and Ford's Star Time and Ford's show to advertise things. It's a really cool thing that I've never really seen before, though I've never really looked. But that was kind of unique for Ford, I guess. So yep, there's two doubles I can get rid of here. Cool. Only thing I have for like memorabilia for things would probably be besides my recent purchase of a Clinton engine arrow, which was kind of a unique thing. It's made out of cardboard. I don't really have much for memorabilia. Mostly because it brings too much for how much money I have. Yeah, I don't have anything really memorabilia-wise. Love to have a Clinton hat, because I'm a Clinton engine person, because I live near the Clinton Engine Company in Iowa before they went down. Did Snapper make vibrant brochures, kind of like my, whatever those are, so I can get my point across a little better. Vibrant brochures like Toro did, because Toro made really nice brochures. I showed it earlier because I was happy with it. But they made real colorful and vibrant brochures in the 60s. It looks horrible on the camera, but you can trust me, it's real bright reds, bright greens and blues and yellows. You hit those 60s where they discovered color. They just went nuts. And now I lost where I put that. In here, I mean. There it is. Yeah. I've thought about trying to find a place to make a hat, but I don't really have the money to do it. I'm not high on money right now. Ooh. No. Yeah, I'll have to do it that way. Come on. There we go. Plus, it kind of works the same way with manuals, as I like having the original thing better than a remake, just because it's actually aged. I feel like I missed a... No, I didn't. Wow, that filled up fast. Well, I won't put that. I want this one. This one goes in here. There. Those two. Ooh, sweet. There, I filled my clear fold out. Now I have to... This binder is a Firestone sales product book for anything Firestone I picked up. I like picking up the binders for things if I can on the cheap. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I got this to put random put in binder things, which I think it's, yeah, there we go. Oop. And then it should do that. If we got this put in right. Now I can put my extras in here. And if this is, oh wow, wait till I bring in the big things once I'm done sorting here, because I'll start bringing in the big binders just to show them in a video here. I kind of plan to make a recorded video of them at some point, but I might as well do it in the live stream while I'm here. I also connected that it's past 9:30, which was where I wanted to stop, but got nothing else better to do right now. There. Now I can click this back in. I like their setup, how they got this to latch. Night, Kai Samuelson. Sorry if I butchered your name, but good night. Bye. See ya. But I like how they set this up to click in so you can get bigger or smaller. They basically took a bolt. They cut the head off, shaved half the threads off, and added a lever. So that when it's in the, basically a nut, you can slide it into it. Now I got stuck, whoops. And then when you're done, you turn it and it makes the threads grab and you can't pull it back out, so that was kind of cool. Probably can't see that very well, but sorry. But yeah, that has all my random stuff in it that fits in a binder clip. So, custom made binder maybe? I don't think it's custom. It's made by a company actually. It's just a really cool design that they used. It might actually be made. I have to check. I haven't. That's another thing I haven't looked at much. Yeah, it's made by someone. It even has branding on it. How to use a Hind double lock apex binder. It does not have a date. I do have to say there's better, could be. I do have to say there's better setups in binders. Like Clinton, whatever company Clinton engines use for their binders, got binders down to a T. Which I can show here in a moment. So, actually, yeah, those I guess are right beside my table here because I have, uh-oh. I just disturbed my... There we go. That's close enough. Close enough. I think I just pulled it again. Trying not to yank my cords because I discovered my Clinton manuals are under my cords right now. I need to grab. So, if you've ever dealt with a binder, an engine binder before, like this one, look how thick of stuff that is. And like to say, if you want the paper right here, and you think that will be a big process, like you have to take all of them out to do it, and then you have to put them all in, and they all get messed up and things. Well, the handy part about a Clinton one is there's a little lever here. You click it, you pull it up, the cover's off. Set the cover down here, and you say, well, I want, let's just go with the inserted one here. No, I've never met them, but we've been to their shop. Not real much else. But yeah, let's just say you want this deeper one here, right here, this one. You don't have to individually take them out because I got mine a little full here, so it does make it a little challenge sometimes. They have these things. A pin thing. And then basically I'll find that one that I pointed out. There it is. Grab that one. Grab right where it's at. And pull. And as long as you got your fingers matched up on the same page, it will, in theory, pull right off. So now you've got one half, the other half, and they don't get messed up. And you can pull your segment right out, and vice versa. And reassembling is fast, or if maybe faster than reassembling. You just done. It automatically latches. So yeah, Clinton Engine Company had binders to a T. I couldn't beat that in any way. Then I've got my, well, I guess I didn't show it off. Kind of meant to. I've got my Clinton binders, which is, that's a little too far. Let's go over here. There you go. Goodbye. Which is late style. Actually, yeah. There, now you can actually see it right side up. And then an earlier style, which these are both Maquoketa, so they're not super early, because in 1950 they moved from Clinton, Michigan to Maquoketa, Iowa. Yeah, they're I collect Clinton stuff because I live nearby Makokata, Iowa. They originally were founded in... Yeah, that's the standard Clinton design. The arrowhead. They went through several different iterations. Like the later one there, which is right there, is this one. Oh, that looks bad on the camera. That looked very bad on the camera. Then they have the earlier style, and I think there's 6 styles total. But yeah, the ones early, it's probably... I have a ruler. I lost the ruler. Good thing for keeping organized. Wow, I actually did lose the ruler. There it is. But yeah, the one's 3.5 inches thick, and the other one's 4.5 inches thick. It's a lot of Clinton. But yeah, I've got pretty much every model I'd ever need in these. And that's the Clinton ones. Then for my Briggs, I've got my Briggs binder, which I think was 5 inches thick. Yep, dead on. That one's got the... This one's got... Perfect. Some later multi-digit numbers. It's got the 40,000 series, it's got the 60,000 series, it's got the 100,000, blah blah. It's got the numbers, the complete number series from 5 to 24. 24? Yeah, 24. It's got alphabet series from A to ZZ. It's got the short block setups. It's got a couple different things. Parts list, and then some more multi-digit, random multi-digits. And then sadly the back came off. So he kind of looks sad on the back, but this is probably the most used. It's probably the most used binder here besides the Clinton ones. Then, for my other 2 binders, I'll probably just stick to binders today because I probably have to start putting stuff back on shelves here and get ready to settle down for the night. But we got my Lawson, but Tecumseh Lawson Power Products one, which is mostly just regular Tecumseh engine setup stuff. I don't get into that one much because I'm not a fan of Tecumseh engines. Then I got a cool one. Barely read that. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. A Lawn Boy manual service binder. And this is a high dollar piece of stuff. Because it's got a bunch of the service bulletins. It's got all the service documents. It's got the history pamphlet. It's got the loafer setup. So it's got all the info on repairing loafers. Where's the loafer? If you have ever heard of a Lawn Boy loafer. Loafer riding unit. So there's a loafer riding unit. I don't know how well that's picking up. That don't look too bad. You can see it. It's basically kind of a snapper. It's another one of those kind of a snapper knockoffs because it is a disc drive setup. It's a disc drive, and if I remember correctly, it's geared transmission, which was kind of a weird setup. And then it's got all the different displays for each year. So I think the earliest was 54 until 64. Nope, 65. Yeah, the hammerhead or brick top ones are common, but the loafer rider itself is fairly uncommon and highly desirable. I sadly missed one by a week that went to the junk that I could have picked up for free, so I felt horrible about that when I learned that. Well, I think I'm done for the night. I've got everything I wanted sorted done, and I displayed a few random things. So, kind of surprised people watched it for as long as they did, because I've been doing this for almost an hour and a half now. And streamed for whopping 4 people. Oh, I missed one of your comments. Sorry about that. I'm not good with Tecumseh engines on my Massey 8 tractor. Runs good. I can... Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I'll let you know. I will contact you through YouTube Messenger, so watch your messages, because they don't let you know that you get messages. YouTube's bad at that. But... yeah. So, guess I'll end it in here. Good night.